invaluable catalyst එක සිංහලට දාලා තියෙනවා.
මම කියන්නේ ඒකයි වගේ. ඉස්සෙල්ලා ඕවා හදලා ටොයිලට් ක්ලීන් හදන්න ඕන.
But some people are.
Well,
Please mute them, please. Okay, right. So we'll continue with paper 7. We still have another 3 questions to do from paper 7. I think we finished in question number 3. So we'll start with question number 4. Okay. All right. The first question, matrices question. There are 2 parts to this question. The first question says, if P is -1, 4, 0, -3, and Q is equal to 2, -1, 3, 3, find the matrix PQ. So basically, we are doing a multiplication of matrices, right? So question number 4. Question number 4, right? So they are saying P is equal to -1, 4, 0, -3, and Q is equal to 2, 3, -1, 3. We need to find PQ. So PQ means P multiplied by Q. So when you're doing multiplication of matrices, there is a technique, right? So first what we need to do, we need the order. What is your order? You have 2 rows, 2 columns. And Q also has got 2 rows, 2 columns. So when you do multiplication of matrices, the result or your answer, that means when you multiply the product of P and Q, should have 2 rows, your row from the first matrix and the column from your second matrix. That is what will decide what is going to be in your answer as well. You follow? When you do multiplication of matrix, the row of your first matrix and the row or column of your second matrix will decide what is going to be your column and number of rows in your answer, right? So that is P into Q. So P multiplied by Q, your answer therefore will have 2 rows and 2 columns. Okay, right. So let's rewrite P multiplied by Q. So we know P is -1, 4, 0, -3 multiplied by 2, -1, 3. Okay, so how do you solve? What you need to do is, you take the row and you multiply by the column, right? Then you take the row and then again you multiply this column. Then what you do is, you take this row and multiply this column, and then take this row and multiply this column. Okay, so we'll do that. I'll show it to you when you're doing that, right? Okay, so -1 multiplied by 2, right? Plus -4 multiplied by 3. Right? -1 multiplied by 2 plus 4 multiplied by 3. Then you take this row again, first row, -1 multiplied by -1 plus 4 multiplied by 3. Okay. Right? So this row, this column, this row, this column. Then you go on to the second row of the first matrix. So 0 multiplied by 2 plus minus 3 multiplied by 3. Okay. Then you take the same row and multiply this column. So 0 multiplied by minus 1 plus minus 3 multiplied by 3. Okay. That's how it should be. Right. Now what you do is solve. Minus 1 into 2 is 2 minus plus 4 into 3 is 12. 0 multiplied by 2 is 0 plus minus 3 into 3 is minus 9. Minus 1 into minus 1, 1 plus 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. 0 multiplied by minus 1 is 0 plus minus 3 multiplied by 3 is minus 9. Right? So minus 2 plus 12 minus 2 plus 12 is 10. 0 plus minus 9 is minus 9. 1 plus 12 is 13. 0 plus minus 9 is minus 9. Okay. So therefore, you have 2 rows, 2 columns. That will be your answer for P multiplied by Q. Okay. P multiplied by Q. You have your answer there. Okay. So please take it down. So again, the pattern, when you multiply the row by the column, Then go to the second row multiplied by column, second row multiplied by column. That's how your answers should look. And your answer should have 2 rows and 2 columns at the end. Okay? That is part A of question number 4. This is part A. Right, I'll give you 2 minutes. Please take it down. Then I want to erase this to start part B, otherwise we won't have space. So once you're done, you let me know, I will erase it. I'll give you 2 minutes. Please take it down. So we're doing question number 4, part A. Joseph. Paper 7. Paper 7, guys. Paper 7, we didn't finish last week. Remember? We didn't finish paper 7 last week. Okay, let's go on. Part B. You guys want to copy it down to Shaheen? Shaheen, please take it down quickly. Okay, right on. Let's start part B question. Right, question number 4, part B of paper 7. Right, paper 7. Question number 4, part B. The denominator of a fraction is one more than twice of its numerator. When 4 is added to the numerator and 3 is added to the denominator of the fraction, it is equal to 3 over 4. So basically we are trying to do a simultaneous equation. Okay. They are saying take the numerator as x and the denominator as y. Construct two equations related to x and y. Right. So they are saying first part of the question, numerator is equal to x and denominator is equal to y. So x and y. Construct two equations. So that means we have to go back to the question. What does the question say? The denominator of a fraction, in this case, your denominator is y, is one more than twice of its numerator. Numerator is how much? X. So let's quickly write that down. So the denominator is equal to one more than 2 times your numerator. So what is your numerator? X. So 2x plus 1. This becomes your first equation. Alright. Then they are saying when 4 is added to the numerator, that means numerator is x. So 4 is added. So we'll take x plus 4 is added to the numerator and 3 is added to the denominator. So 3 is added to the denominator. What is the denominator? Y. So 3 is added to your denominator. It is equal to 3/4. So this is equal to 3 over 4, which is your second equation. Alright. So these are the two things that they want you to write down first. They want you to write the two equations. That's the first one. Right? Then they are saying solve the above equation and find the fraction. So what is the fraction? We need to find out. Okay. So solve the equation. So we have two equations, this and this. First what we will do is we will try to solve this. Because this is in a bit of a, not in the same format as this. So we take equation 2 and solve. So x plus 4 over y plus 3 is equal to 3/4. So we'll cross multiply x plus 4 multiplied by 4 is equal to y plus 3 multiplied by 3. X plus 4 multiplied by 4 is equal to y plus 3 multiplied by 3. You are cross multiplying. 4 into x, 4x plus 16 is equal to 3 into y is 3y plus 9. Okay. So we'll take all the unknown values to one side. So 3y will come here. 4x minus 3y is equal to 9 minus 16. So 4x minus 3y is equal to minus 7. We'll take this as your third equation. Okay. So your first equation is this. Second equation is this. So your first equation, I will rewrite this. We want to rewrite this you can do two things. Either you can plug y into this and use the substitution method. Right? So shall we do the substitution method? So what we are going to do is, we know y is equal to 2x plus 1. So we will substitute the first equation into your third equation. Right? So let's do that. So we'll write that down. You say substitute equation 1 in equation 3. Okay, what is equation 1? Y is equal to 2x plus 1. We'll put it into this. So 4x minus 3. Instead of y, we are going to use this. Y is equal to this. So 2x plus 1 is equal to minus 7. Got it? Right? So let's simplify. 4x minus 6x minus 3 is equal to minus 7. Okay? So 4x minus 6x is minus 2x minus 3y. If you take it to this side, you will get minus 7 plus 3. Okay? So how much is that? Minus 2x is equal to minus 4. All right. So minus 2x is equal to minus 4. We need to find out what x is. So we'll divide by minus 2 because x has to be a positive value. Right? So divide by minus 2. Divide by minus 2. X is equal to minus 4 divided by minus 2 is plus 2. Right? So x is equal to 2. We also have to find out y. Right? What is y? So you can substitute x into any of these equations. Right? We can put it into this also. So how much is y going to be? Y is going to be, if you substitute x, we'll say substitute x in equation 1. So we want to find out y. So y is equal to 2 multiplied by x. Instead of x, we're going to put 2 plus 1. So y is equal to 2 into 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. Right? So what are the values? X is therefore your numerator. Numerator is equal to 2, denominator is equal to 5. So they are asking you what is the fraction. So find the fraction. Therefore your fraction is 2 over 5 is your answer. Okay? Alright? Please take it down, look through it carefully, make sure you have understood everything. For the next question, can you all please take uh, your tables, please, your tan, cosine, all of that for the next question. Quickly keep that with you. Ashed, you want me to explain which one again, Ashed? This one again? Whole thing? Okay. You have to read through the question then. So the question, what does the question say? The denominator of a fraction is one more than twice of its numerator. So what is your denominator? According to the question, they are saying take the numerator as x, take the denominator as y, and they are saying the numerator is one more than twice of its numerator. So denominator we are saying is y, therefore it is equal to one more. That means 1 plus 1 twice of your numerator. Numerator is x. So 2x. 2x plus 1 is your first equation. Right? Then they are saying when 4 is added to the numerator, so we know the numerator is x. So 4 is added to the numerator means x plus 4. And 3 is added to the denominator. Denominator we said is y. So 3 is added to the denominator. So we are writing this as numerator and denominator. 4 is added to the numerator. 3 is added to the denominator. That is equal to 3 over 4 according to the question. Right? That is part 1. They want you to construct two equations. Then in question number 2, we have to solve and find the fraction. So before we did that, what I did was, now this equation 2 is not in a form where we can solve. So we need to write it in this form. Okay. So what we did was we cross multiplied. X plus 4 multiplied by 4, y plus 3 multiplied by 3. Then we simplified it. Simplified 4 into x is 4x, 4 into 4 is 16. 3 into y is 3y, 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. Then took all the unknowns together, 4x and 3y, I brought it together. And 16 I took it to this side, so plus becomes minus. So 4x minus 3y is equal to 9 minus 16. So 4x minus 3y is equal to minus 7. That is your third equation. Okay. Then what we did was, now we already know your first equation y value. We know what is y. Y is equal to 2x plus 1. So what we did was we did the substitution method rather than the elimination method. Substitution method was, we know what is y, which is 2x plus 1. We substituted this equation, which is the first one, into the equation number 3. The equation number 3 is 4x minus 3y is equal to minus 7. So 4x minus 3, y we know is equal to 2x plus 1. Followed. So instead of y, we are putting 2x plus 1 here is equal to minus 7. 4x minus 3 into 2x is minus 6x. Minus 3 into plus 1 is minus 3 is equal to minus 7. Okay. Then we simplify 4x minus 6x minus 2x. Minus 3 we took it to this side. So minus 7 plus 3 is minus 4. Minus 2x divided by minus 2 minus 4 divided by minus 2, x is equal to plus 2. Right? So we found out the numerator. Numerator done. Now we need to find the denominator because we need to write the fraction. So fraction, if we need to write the fraction, we substituted x in equation number 1. That is this. So we want to find out y. Right? So 2 multiplied by 2, x is equal to 2, no? So we substituted there, plus 1. 2 into 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So x is 2, x is your numerator, y is 5, which is your denominator. So we need to write it as a fraction. So numerator is 2, denominator is 5. Could we write this in short form or we should write it in this same way? I mean, there is no short form. I don't know if you can make this into a shorter form. Yeah, I don't think you can make it into a shorter form. Is there any way we can do that? I don't think so. Okay, right? Okay, fine. Question number 7. Maximum put in all these because you more you write. I mean, I'm not saying you should write unnecessary things, but I think this is the basic requirement in order to, for you to get the full marks. Okay. Without the methods, no way. How are you going to get the answer without the methods? How are you going to get, without doing these workings, how are you going to get what is X and what is Y? You have to show the method, no? Step by step. Okay. Right. Okay. Question number 5. Question number 5. Right. They're saying a man standing on the coast of a 50-meter width river observed a bird on the top of a 10-meter height coconut tree, which is on the other side of the river. Right. So we just draw a rough sketch. Huh? So you have a river like this. Right. There is a person standing here. Right. Person standing there. And he looks at a bird on top of a tree which is 10 meters in height, right? So the width of this tree river is 50 meters, right? The tree is over here, and we'll say it is standing over here, and there is a bird here. So we'll put the X as your bird. So he is looking at the tree on top of bird on top of a tree, and this becomes your angle of elevation. What is the angle of elevation? You're on a flat ground, you're looking at a tree which is 10 meters in height, and there's a bird on top of the tree. Right? So this is your height of your tree, which is 10 meters. Okay? Show the information in a sketch. So basically, we have done that. This should be your sketch, which is question number 1. Right? Question number 1. Right? Then they are saying, calculate the angle of elevation of the bird observed by the mind. So that means they are asking you to find the theta over here. Angle of elevation is this. So for your second question, if your angle of elevation is this, the height of your tree is 10, this is your width of your river, which is 50. How can you find out the theta? What is the trigonometric ratio you have to use? Can somebody tell me? What is the trigonometric ratio you have to use? Guys, come on. What's the trigonometric ratio? Tan. Good. So tan is your ratio that you're going to use. And what is your tan theta? How do you find that? Opposite over adjacent. Opposite over adjacent. So what is opposite here? Opposite is 10. Adjacent is 50, which is equal to 0.2. So tan theta is 0.2. Somebody quickly go through your table, look at your tan table and look for 0.2 and tell me what is your angle of elevation or what is the theta that you are getting over there quickly. (0.2 tan theta, how much, what is the value you are getting? Can somebody give me an answer, please? Tan theta, which is 10 over 50, which is equal to 0.2. Go through your tan table and give me what is the angle that you are getting for 0.2. Can somebody tell me? 0.2. Suddenly, I want the angle. So it has to be in degrees and minutes. 11 degrees and 18 minutes. Very good. 11 degrees and 18 minutes. Take your tan table, look for 0.2, go up and see what is the angle you are getting. 11 degrees and 18 minutes. Very good. Good answer. Right. Third question. The man goes by boat to reach the other side of the river, and after a little distance from the tree, he observed the bird at an angle of elevation of 36 degrees and 30 minutes. So he is going a certain distance and he is stopping over there. And from here he looks at the bird. The angle of elevation is 36 degrees and 30 minutes. Right? 36 degrees and 30 minutes. They are asking you, find the distance between the tree and the man to the nearest meter in the first decimal place. So basically what they are asking is, they are asking you, what is this distance from the tree to the boat that he is now? Okay? That's what they are asking you to find. So we know the theta, we know the opposite side. The height of the tree is staying the same. Only thing that is changing now is the distance between where this person is and the bottom of your tree. So again, what is the ratio we are going to use? Opposite over adjacent, but this time the adjacent value we don't know, but we know the angle, the theta. Right? So tan theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. Tan theta is tan 36 degrees and 30 minutes. Your opposite value is still the same, 10. Adjacent, we don't know, which is x. So we want to find out x. We'll take it to the numerator, bring this down to the denominator. So x is equal to 10 over tan 36 degrees and 30 minutes. Okay. So tan we know is, this one is 10. Can somebody read out for me using your table 36 degrees and 30 minutes? What is that? What is the value you are getting? 36 degrees and 30 minutes. What is the value you are getting? Alif, very good. 0.74. I think 0.5, no? 0.74. Just double check. Is it 0.5? 0.74, 0.5, I think. Okay. So when you divide this, 10 divided by 0.7405, Somebody tell me what you're getting. What is your answer you're getting? What's the answer you're getting, people? 10 divided by 0.7405. Don't use calculator, please. Use your, just do a division. Okay, divide 100,000 by Shaheen. You have a small issue there. We don't want the degree, we want the distance. We want a distance here, Shaheen, not degrees. We want a distance. It can't be degrees. What you have done is correct. It should be 13.5 meters. When you divide, you should get 13.5 meters. We don't want a degree. We don't want theta. We want the distance. Yeah, from where he is to the bottom of the tree, you're going to get a very good. Fine. So you understood. Good. 13.5 meters. To one decimal place, very, very clearly they are telling. They want it to one decimal place. So you have to give your answer accordingly. Okay. Please take that down because part B, I want to erase this to do part B. Quickly take it down, don't waste time. Okay, right. We'll go on to part B. Right, part B of this question. They are saying a ship traveled 70 kilometers from harbor P on a bearing of 300 degrees and reached harbor Q. And from harbor Q, it traveled 70 kilometers on a bearing of 150 degrees and reached the harbor R. Represent this information in a sketch. Okay, so we say this is P. Right? And they are traveling on a bearing of 300 degrees. That means we know this is 180, this is 270, right? So rough scale. So somewhere here, so we'll say on a bearing of 300 degrees, okay, is traveling to Q, which is here, and the distance is 70 kilometers. Understood? Yeah. And then from Q, it traveled another 70 kilometers on a bearing of 150 degrees. So we'll take a perpendicular here, right? And from here, we know this is 30 degrees, yes. Sorry, 300 degrees. So this part will be 60 degrees, right? We know these two are aligned angles, right, parallel to each other. So if this is 60, then this angle has to be 120 degrees. Understood? Okay, 120 degrees. He is traveling from here in a bearing of 150 degrees. We know this is 180, like this. So 180 means 120, let's say another 70 degrees from here. So another 30 degrees traveling like this. And this angle is going to be another 30 degrees. So 120 plus 30, total distance covered is 100, angle magnitude is 150. Distance they are traveling is 70 kilometers. Okay? Right. You have to show that in a sketch. Then what they are saying is, find the bearing of the harbor R from harbor P. Okay, harbor R from harbor P. So that means from P to R. This is R. Okay. So we'll join these two R and P. Right. Now just quickly look at the diagram. Look at this triangle. This is 30 degrees, 70. This is also 70. So more or less, this is a is an isosceles triangle, isn't it? It's an isosceles triangle, and we know this angle is 30 degrees. So if that is angle is 30 degrees, then these two angles have to be equal to each other. Equal to each other. So how much is that? If this is 70, then 180 minus 30 is equal to 150. Therefore, 150 divided by 2, this angle is going to be 75 degrees. So this angle is 75 and this angle is also 75. Right? We'll just put an arrow here and say 75. This is also 75. Understood? Right? Now, bearings, how do you calculate bearings? From north in a clockwise direction, right? That's how you find the bearing. So we need to find what is the bearing of R from P. So we know this is 75. We know this is 60. Therefore, bearing of R from P, bearing of R from P is equal to 360 minus these two angles, which is 60 plus 30, 75. 60 plus 75, 360 minus 135, which is 225 degrees. Yeah, 225 degrees. Bearing of R from P. Okay. Good, Dinesh. Super. Right, very simply, let's start again. Just to do a small recap. There is a harbor P and a ship is traveling at 300 degrees to Q. So from here, we'll take up to this point, 70 degrees, Q is here. Right? After going to Q, it's traveling at 120 degrees, 150 degrees and 70 kilometers to R. Right? So before we do that, what we know is this angle, that is this angle, if this is 300, then this angle has to be 60. Yeah? And these two sides are parallel to each other because they are perpendicular to each other. So if this is 60, this angle has to be 120. Why? We are allied angles. Okay. So from here, from Q, it's traveling at a 150 degree bearing, 70 degrees distance to R. So up to here is 120. From here to here is 30 degrees. The difference, balance. Okay. So 120 plus 30, 150, and coming to R at a distance of 70 kilometers. Right? Once you have got that, what we did was we joined this R and P. Why? They are asking in question number 2, what is the bearing of R from P? So R from P means we have to find out this angle. Okay, we have to find out that angle. Now we know this angle is 60 degrees. If you see this triangle, this side and this side are equal to each other. Both are 70 and 70 kilometers. Right? So if two sides are equal, then this angle and this angle have to be equal. Look, isosceles triangle. We know this angle is 30. The difference 120 plus 30 only made that 150 bearing. So the difference was 30. If this is 30, these two will add up to 150 and each of them is 75 degrees. Right? So this is 75, this is 75. Now they're asking what is R from P. We have to find this angle. So to find this angle, we know 60 and 75 is adding up to 135. So the difference between 360 and this 135 is this angle, which is 225 degrees. Okay? That is question number 5, part B. All right? Everybody okay with that? Right? Good. I'm going a little slow so that you guys can understand. Okay? So don't panic. Right. Right. Let's go on to question number 6 and finish off paper 7. Right? So, question number 6. You have two figures given. Two figures. The two plane figures shown below are respectively a half circle of radius x centimeters, x units, and a quarter circle of radius x plus 2 units. If the areas of the two plane figures are equal, construct a quadratic equation in terms of x, and by solving it, find the value of x to the first decimal place. Use 1.41 for the value of square root of 2. The area of a circle of a radius of r is pi r squared. So that we know. So area is equal to pi r squared. That is the area of a circle. Right? So we'll write the area of this quarter circle. What is the area of a quarter circle? 1/4 pi r. So r, instead of r, we have x plus 2. Right? X plus 2 into x plus 2. Understood? Right? R squared. No? So r, your radius here is x plus 2. And here the radius is x. Yeah, so area of semicircle is half into pi. R is x, so x squared. Okay. Right. Then they are saying the area of these two squares, these two figures are the same. The areas are same means half. Right. So then we write it here. Right. Half pi x squared is equal to quarter pi. I'm going to simplify this. X into x is x squared. X into 2 is 2x. X into 2x is another 2x. 2 into 2 is 4. Okay. So simplify half pi x squared is equal to quarter pi x squared plus 4x plus 4. Okay. Right. So now everybody okay with that? Right. So now we need to simplify. Right. Simplify. That means we want to take the x's together. So first what we'll do is we'll take this part out. We'll take the 4 here and the pi here. So what happens? You have pi x squared and this 4 will come here. You have 4 there. 2 is here and this pi also will come down. So you're left with x squared plus 4x plus 4. Okay. The following simplify. This pi will cancel. This 2 and this 4 will cancel. So you're left with 2x squared is equal to x squared plus 4x plus 4. Okay. You need to write a quadratic equation. That's what they say. So take the x squared to this side, take the 4x to this side, 4 to this side. So 2x squared minus x squared. 4x comes to this side minus 4x. 4 comes to this side minus 4 is equal to 0. 2x squared minus x squared is x squared minus 4x minus 4 is equal to 0. Okay. We need to find the value of x. Now, you have to use the completing the square method here. I'll tell you why. Let's do it and see. How do you factorize a quadratic equation? Take the product of this and this. So, x 4 into x squared will give you minus 4x squared. Okay, I'm just showing this as a working. Showing it as a working. So, factorize this. 1 into 4, 2 into 2. When you add one of these pairs, you should get the middle term. And when you multiply it, you should get minus 4. Okay. So the only way that you can get this minus 4 is x squared minus 2x minus 2x. This minus, this minus. So minus 2x will give you minus 4x. No problem. But the problem is minus 2x multiplied by minus 2x should give you this. So when you multiply minus 2x and minus 2x, you're going to get plus 4x squared. Whereas we need minus 4x squared. So that is wrong. You can't do that. So then you have to go and do the completing the square method, right? So how do you do the completing square method, right? So you take the middle term and divide it by 2. So minus 4 divided by 2, whole thing square. So minus 4 divided by 2 is minus 2 whole thing squared. You get plus 4. Okay, plus 4. So what do you do now? X squared minus 4x minus, you add this 4. You add plus 4 here. Minus 4 you bring here. And then what you do is, you bring a minus 4 here, so that this is something new you are adding to this equation. So you need to zero this. Right? How do you zero it? By putting another minus 4. Plus 4 minus 4 means 0. And you're automatically getting the minus 4 here. That is staying as it is. Okay, we are just doing a small adjustment in order to factorize. Okay. So now x squared and 4x squared. We want to get minus 4x. So minus 2x plus 4 you can factorize. Minus 2x plus 4. Minus 2x plus minus 2x minus 4x minus 2x multiplied by minus 2x will give you the product of x squared and 4, which is 4x squared. So no problem. Now factorize. This stays as minus 8. Minus 4 equals to minus 8. Factorize x squared and minus 2x squared. X is a common factor. X squared divided by x is x. Minus 2x divided by x is minus 2. Minus 2x and 4 common factor, minus 2. Minus 2x divided by minus 2x is x. 4 divided by minus 2 is minus 2 is equal to, I'm taking the minus 8 to this side, it becomes plus 8. Okay, so x minus 2, x minus 2 is equal to 8. So x minus 2 squared is equal to 8. Okay, I'm going to take it here. Right, I'm going to move it up here. So x minus 2 squared is equal to 8. Right? So we need to find the value of x. So what do you need to do? We need to square root on this side, square root on this side to remove the square. Okay. So when you square root here, you square root on this side. So x minus 2 is equal to square root of 8. Okay. Right? And we take the 2 to this side. So x will become 2 plus or minus square root of 8. Okay. Now 8, what you need to do? You need to solve, divide by 2. 4 divide by 2 and 1. So 8 can be written as 4 multiplied by 2. This 4 multiplied by 2, 8 can be written. Okay. Now, what is the square root of 4? Square root of 4 is 2. You take that outside the circle. Take it out. So x is equal to 2 plus or minus 2 square root of 2. Okay. Now they're saying take the value of 2 as 1.41. Square root of 2 as 1.41. So let's look at that. So x is equal to, we'll take plus first. 2 plus 2 times square root of 2 is 1.41, which is 2 plus 2.82. So 2.82, which is 4.82 units. Got it? Or x can be another value also. Why? It's plus or minus. Square root no. So x therefore is equal to 2 minus 2 multiplied by 1.41. Got it? So x therefore is 2 minus 2.82, which is x is equal to minus 0.82 units. So x cannot be a negative value because we are looking at length. No, length can't be a negative value. So your value of x is 4.82 centimeters. They are saying find the value of x correct to the first decimal place. To the first decimal place. So therefore you can say x is equal to 4.8 units. Why? 2 is less than 5. So you can round it off to 4.8 units. Okay. So that's your answer for question number 6. Please take it down. Slowly go through it and write it down. Take it down, guys. How did you get the minus 8? Here, minus 4, minus 4. Because this plus 4 is how you, when you square the middle term, minus 4 divided by 2 will give you minus 2. Minus 2 into minus 2 is plus 4. So we're putting the plus 4 here. This minus 4 comes here. Now, what we are doing, Shine, is you're bringing a plus 4 here. So actually, this is something new to this equation. So in order to show the original equation, what you need to do is, you need to minus a 4 so that it neutralizes, it becomes 0. So if you sub plus 4 minus 4 is 0, so then you have x minus 4x minus 4, which is your original equation. You follow? Right? So minus 4 plus minus 4 is minus 8. When it comes to the other side of the equation, it becomes a plus 8. Okay. Go through that, please copy it down carefully. What's the third step? This one. This one. See, you want to write it as a quadratic equation, no? So when you write it as a quadratic equation, we want to take all the x squared to one side. So what is a quadratic equation? X squared plus a value plus a constant, no? Isn't it? What is a quadratic equation? A squared into bx plus c. So we want to write it in this form. So look at this. We don't have that form, right? So we want to simplify it. So what did we do? We took the 4 to here, right? Then we took the pi down here. So see, 2 multiplied by pi comes here. The 4 goes up here. So pi multiplied by x squared multiplied by 4. Right? So once you do that, you only have this on one side. Right? Then what did you do? You simplify. This pi and this pi cancel. 2 and 4 cancel. You're left with 2. 2 multiplied by x squared gives you 2x squared, which is equal to x squared plus 4x plus 4. Took everything to this side. So x squared when it comes to this side is minus x squared, plus 4x when it comes to this side is minus 4x, plus 4 when it comes to this side is minus 4. 2x squared minus x squared minus 4x minus 4 is equal to 0. So x squared, 2x squared minus x squared is x squared minus 4x minus 4. Minus 4 over 2 squared. So that's how you have to do the squaring method now. When you do a squaring, completing the square method, what do? You take the middle term. This is your middle term of your quadratic equation. And you divide it by 2. And square it. So minus 4 divided by 2 will give you minus 2. Minus 2 to the power of 2, that is this. Minus 2 into minus 2 is plus 1. Got it? Okay, completing square method, that's how you do it. You take the middle term, divide it by 2, whole thing square. That is this. Okay, good. All right. Any other questions? So I'm taking this out. It's a solid question. Huh? So this is like a typical paper 2 question number 3 question. Yeah, typical paper 2 question number 3. Okay, solid question. You should be able to do these kind of ones, right? All right. So we'll now move on to paper 8, people. Paper 8. I think paper 6, paper 7 is done. Yeah, paper 7 done. We'll go on to paper 8. Okay. All right. Let's go on. A flower bed consists of 50 rows of red flowering shrubs and white flowering shrubs. There are red flowering shrubs at both ends of each row, and between every 2 consecutive red flowering shrubs, there is a white flowering shrub. There are 13 flowering shrubs in the first row, and each row thereafter has 1 red flowering shrub and 1 white flowering shrub more than the previous row. So, question number, this is paper 8, question number 1, first one. So, your first row, we'll take it as T1. T1 has got 13 shrubs or 13 flowering shrubs. Then they are saying every consecutive flowering row has got one more red plant and one more white plant. So therefore, they are adding two plants to the previous row. That's how you have to look at it. One more than the previous row. One red plant and one white plant more than the previous row. So that means if your first row is T1, which is 13, then T2 will be 15, T3 will be 17, and so on. Understood? Right? There are 13 flowering shrubs in the first row, and each row thereafter one red flowering shrub and one white flowering shrub more than the previous row. Write the number of flowering shrubs that there are in the first, second, and third rows respectively. Already done. So that is part 1. Okay. Then they are saying how many flowering shrubs are there in the 28th row. So first what we'll do, we will find the general term. So how do you find the general term? You take the difference. What is the common difference? Difference is 15 minus 13, which is 2. Okay. So Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 times D. What is your first term? 13 n minus 1 times D is 2. Okay. So 13, 2 into n is 2n, 2 into minus 1 is minus 2. So therefore Tn is equal to 2n. 13 minus 2 is plus 11. So that is your general term. So using this term, you can find out any term in your number pattern, right? There is another way you can do the general term. You can easily find it by doing this. So here I'm just going to do it again. So you know your terms are 13, 15, 17, and so on. Right? What is the difference between these two? Plus 2. Right? So therefore your general term is Tn is equal to 2n straight away, because this is your difference. 2n. From 2 to go to 13, how much do you have to add? From 2 to 13, how much do you add? 2 plus 11 will give you 13. So therefore, plus 11 is your general term. Both are the same. Yeah, you can do it in both ways to find the general term. Okay. Right? So the second question they're asking, what is the number of flowers in the 28th row? So T28 is equal to 2 into 28 plus 11. So 2 into 28 is 56 plus 11, which is 67, is your answer for question number 2. Okay. What is question number 2? Your answer. How many flowering shrubs are there in the 28th row? There are 67 flowering shrubs. Okay. Then third question. Third question. Yeah, third question is, how many rows are there with less than 90 flowering shrubs? So we don't know the number of rows. They're saying if there is 90 flowering shrubs, then which row it is? We can find that out, no? So 2n plus 11, right? So 2n, we want to find out n, take the 11 this side, 90 minus 11 is equal to 2n. 90 minus 11 is 79. 79 is equal to 2n. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. N is equal to 39.5 rows. Now you can't have n as a decimal number. It has to be a whole number. That you have to remember. So that means what they're asking you, how many rows are there with less than 90 flowering shrubs? So if you have to have 90 flowering shrubs, you should have 39.5 rows. So then how many rows are there having less than 90 flowering shrubs? Therefore, less than 90, there are 39 rows. Very simple. The answer, less than 90 has to be less than 39 rows. Okay. Right. So that is your answer for question number 4. Sorry, 3. Any questions over? Yeah. That is question number 3. Fourth question. Find the total number of flowering shrubs there are in the flower bed. How many more red flowering shrubs are there in the bed than white flowering shrubs? Okay. So how many more? Fourth question. So we need to find out in the 50 beds, how many flowering shrubs are there? Total number of flowering shrubs in the flower bed. So 50. So 50. How do you find out? We write the formula first. We'll write the formula. Sn is equal to n over 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 times d. Okay. So we want to find the 50th sum of 50 rows. So 50 divided by 2. 2 into a. A is how much? 13. Plus 50 minus 1. D is 2. Okay. So simplify. This is 25. 2 into 13 is 26. 50 minus 1 is 49. 49 into 2 is 48. So 25 multiplied by 6 plus 8 is 14. 15 into 74. Yeah, 15 into, sorry, this is not 48, should be 98. 14, 1, 10, 12. Somebody give me a calculation. 25 multiplied by 124, how much? 3,100 flowers. Very good. 3,100 shrubs. Okay. That is the first part of that question. Then they are saying, how many more red flowering shrubs are there in the bed than white flowering shrubs? So if you go back to the question, there are red flowering shrubs at both ends of each row. So that means one extra flowering shrub is there in every row. You followed? One extra flowering shrub, red color flowering shrub is there in each row. There are at both ends of each row, and between every 2 consecutive red flowers, flowering shrub, there is a white flowering shrub. Okay. There are 13 flowering shrubs in the first row, and each row thereafter 1 red flowering shrub and 1 white flowering shrub more than the previous row. So what is that? The hint or the clue for this question is that there is one extra flower, a red color flower, which is there at the end of each row. You followed? So that one, if you add it, multiply it by 50 rows, you can say one extra red plant. I'm going to use the word plant. Is there at the end of each row? Therefore, 1 into 50 rows will give you 50 more red plants. You follow? One extra red plant is there at the end of each row. They have one in the beginning, one at the back. So because of that, there's one extra flower bed, a red color flower, which is there in every row. So if there are 50 rows and each one has got one more, then you're getting 50 more red plants than your white plants. Okay? Got it? That's your answer for your second part of that question. So please take that down. Right. This is a little bit of a tricky question to draw on the board and explain. I'll do my level best. Huh? This question number 2, it's a construction question. So since I don't have a compass to do it on the board, I'll just do my level best. Just try to understand. Okay. Right. Question number 2. So they're saying use only a straight edge with a centimeter or millimeter scale and a pair of compass. For the following construction, show the construction lines clearly. Okay. Construct the triangle ABC such that AB is 8 centimeters. So we'll take question number 2. Right. So AB is 8 centimeters. Okay, I'm just taking that as a line. I'm going to mark A here. Then what I'm going to do is take your compass, keep it on A, measure 8 centimeters with your compass and the ruler. Keep your compass on A, take it and mark B. So you have 8 centimeters here. Okay. Then you need to mark AC as 7.5 centimeters. So again, measure 7.5 centimeters, right? Using your ruler. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5. Right? Using your ruler, measure 7.5 and draw an arc like this. Okay? Because we want AC to be 7.5 centimeters. Right? Then they are saying BAC is 60 degrees. So BAC angle has to be 60. So you keep your compass on A and draw an arc like this on A. Using the same radius, keep it on A on this intersection and draw an arc like this, right? And take your ruler through this intersection and A, where it touches this distance is C, and this is going to be 7.5 centimeters. Understood? Right? And then connect your BC and you have your triangle. Okay, so that is the first part of the triangle. Then construct the angle bisector of ACB. How do you construct an angle bisector? Your ACB line is this. Your angle is here. So you need to bisect this angle. Right? So how do you bisect this angle? Take a compass, keep it on C, and draw an arc like this. Right? Then keeping that same radius, you can draw here like this, and over here, and then draw a bisector, right, of ACB. Mark the point D on the side BC. So this is the angle bisector. Mark the side BC, which is at a distance of 5 centimeters. So C to D. So again, what you need to do, measure 5 centimeters on your ruler and using your compass. Keep it on this and mark a 5 centimeter mark. Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something that say here. So 5 centimeters. Mark it here and name it as D. Okay, I'm doing my level best. Just see maximum. You will try to get that figure. Okay, and construct a circle that touches the side BC at the point D and has its center O on the angle bisector of ACB. So for that, what you need to do, you need to draw an angle bisector, a perpendicular bisector like this over here, so that when it comes straight, it touches over here, and that we are going to use as the center of your circle. So how do you draw a perpendicular to D? Keep it on D, draw an arc here, draw an arc here, right? Then keep it on this intersection, draw an arc here, keep it on this intersection, draw an arc here, keep it on this intersection, draw another arc here, and run a straight line through like this. Okay, so where it intersects the point here, you'll name it as O. Alright. Once you do that, you have this intersection, which is your center O. You draw a circle such that it comes like this. It will go like this. Okay. Using your center O and D as your radius, you can draw a circle and you'll see it will go something like this. Okay. That is your second part of the question. Right? And an angle bisector of ACB. So this is your center, your circle should come somewhere like this. Then they are saying from B, construct another tangent to the above constructed circle and name the point at which it touches the circle as E. So we know a point away from your circle and the tangent that is created are going to be equal. Right? So they are saying draw another tangent on this side. So what you do is you take your compass, keep it on B and measure the tangent. How much this is here? Take it here and draw an arc and draw a straight line like this. So therefore, this and this tangent are equal. You follow? How do you draw the tangent? Where this tangent touches the circle, measure it with your compass, keep it on B and draw another one on this side so that both of them are going to be equal and you will get your second tangent. Okay. And name the point. Touches E as E. Right? Then construct the isosceles triangle ABP such that the point P lies on the BE produced, right? And BAP is equal to ABP. So AB, it should come here. So in order to do that, guys, what you need to do is you need to draw a perpendicular from here. Right? So you'll see if you draw a perpendicular, now if you have a triangle like this, right? A, B, P, an isosceles triangle means this side and this side are going to be equal, right? And these two triangles are going to be equal. So therefore, this and this should go like this. And this point becomes your E. So this side, these are equal. These are becoming your tangents, and therefore this angle will be equal. Okay. So that's what they are saying. ABP, BAP and ABE are equal to each other. So this angle and this angle, these two sides are equal, right? So that's where your question number 2 lies. Okay. Right. So that is question number 2. We will have time for one more question. So let's go to that straight away. Question number. Are you looking at the wrong question by any chance? Yes. Is that on paper 2? Paper. No small confusion here. I'm sorry about it. What is the question on? I think we did a small error. We looked at the wrong question, I think. So question number 2. I'm sorry about that. I looked at the wrong question. Okay. Just skip question number 2. We'll question and go on to question number 3. I'm so sorry about it. My fault. I looked at the wrong question. And nobody said anything also. Sorry about it. Extremely sorry. Right, okay. Anyway, we'll leave question number 2. I can't seem to find that question. We'll go on to question number 3. Right? Right, we'll go on to question number 3 and we'll come back to question number 2 next week. Okay. Right, question number 3. In the triangle ABC, the midpoint of AB and T is the midpoint of CR. R is the midpoint of AB and T is the midpoint of CR. PQ is parallel to RS. Right? Question number 3. Extremely sorry, guys. Nobody even said anything. Okay. Right. So they are saying R is the midpoint of AB. So then this side and this side are equal. And T is the midpoint of CR. And PQ is parallel to RS. PQ is parallel to RS. They say prove CS is equal to SB. Prove CS is equal to SB. That's the first one. CS is equal to SB. Okay. So applying the converse of midpoint theorem in triangle ABC, we can say in triangle ABC, right? R is the midpoint of AB. Right? R is the midpoint of AB and RS is parallel to PQ. Okay, RS is parallel to PQ, that is data given. S is the midpoint, therefore S is the midpoint of CB. So we know S is the midpoint of CB. Therefore, CS is equal to SB in the converse theorem. Okay, right? They're saying in the triangle ABC, R is the midpoint of AB and T is the midpoint of CR and PQ is parallel to RS. So when they say RS is parallel to PQ, then RS is also parallel to AC. You can say it's also parallel to AC. So according to the converse theorem, if R is the midpoint of AB and parallel to the third side, then S is going to be the midpoint of AB and therefore CS is equal to SB. Okay. All right. So therefore, this is your answer. Okay. Right. Second question. It's in the paper. It's fine. It's there, is it? Okay. Okay. All right. I thought it was not there. Fine. Right. Then in the triangle ABC, prove that PQ is equal to half RS. Prove PQ is equal to half of RS. So where is PQ? PQ is here and it is half of RS. Okay. Right. So again, let's use we need to do this. So this is PQ. P we know is midpoint of CB, that is given as data. We know that, right? So we can say data P is midpoint of CR. Okay, right? And we also know RS is parallel to PQ. Okay, so T is the midpoint of CR and PQ is parallel to RS. It's a TQ is parallel to RS. Yeah. TQ bisects CS. TQ bisects CS. Bisects CS according to the converse theorem. Right? Q is the midpoint of CS, right? PQ bisects CS. Q is the midpoint of CS, right? Therefore, we can say PQ is equal to half of RS, right? According to the midpoint theorem, right? According to the midpoint theorem, when you have a line going through the midpoint of one side and it bisects the second side, then it is half of the length of the third side. And we also know TQ is parallel to RS. TQ is parallel to RS. So therefore, TQ is equal to half RS. Okay. That is question number 2. Okay. All right. Third question. Prove PQ is equal to 3/4 of AC. So we'll do that here. Third question. Prove PQ is equal to 3/4 of AC. So where is PQ? PQ is this, and it is 3/4 the length of AC. Okay. So we'll say in triangle ARC, right? Where is triangle ARC? You have this triangle here, right? ARC triangle is this. Okay, in triangle ARC, we know T is the midpoint. T is the midpoint of CR and TP is parallel to AC. Right? TP, we know T is the midpoint of CR and TP is parallel to AC, right? And P is the midpoint of AR. P is the midpoint of AR, which is the converse theorem. Converse theorem. Okay, right? Right? So AP is equal to PR is equal to L. Why are we saying L? This length. AB is equal to PR, okay, and RB is, you say this is L, this is L, so AP is equal to PR is equal to L. Therefore, AB or RB, sorry, RB is equal to 2L, okay. So BP is to AP, BP is to AP, we'll take it as ratios. BP is to AP, which is 3 is to 4. Okay, is it to PQ over AC. Right, I'll explain it to you, don't worry. Okay, AP is equal to PR is equal to L, RP is equal to 2L, right? So PQ, where is PQ? PQ is to AC, PQ is to AC, right? PQ is to AC, then PQ is equal to PQ is equal to we cross multiply here, PQ into 4 is equal to 3 into AC, then divide PQ by 4, divide PQ by 4, we get PQ is equal to 3/4 of AC. Okay. Bit of a tricky question. So they are saying in triangle ARC, that is this, T is the midpoint of CR. T is the midpoint of CR and TP is parallel to AC. T is the midpoint of AR, which is the converse theorem, because this is parallel to this and a line running through the midpoint bisects the third side. So AP is equal to PR is equal to L. So they are saying, therefore, RB is 2 times this, which is 2L. Okay. BP is to AP, that is BP is to AP is 3 is to 4. Yeah. BP is to AB, not AP, it's AB, is 3 is to 4, which is equal to PQ is to AC. How is that? Okay. So if you take this triangle, this side is to this side, that is BP, QP is to AC, is the same as this side is to this side of the bigger triangle. So you have to take triangle ABC is to triangle APBQ. Okay. So triangle BP, that is this side, is 3 times this, So 1L, 2L, this is another 2L. So 3:4, that is AB, is equal to PQ is the side for this side, BP side, right? PQ is to AC. So cross multiply, you get AC into 3, PQ into 4, divide by 4 on both sides, and you're getting this. A little tricky, a little difficult question, but can't help, have to do. Okay. Right. So we stop with question number 3. We'll come back to question number 4 and continue with paper 8. There are 4 questions, 3 more questions to do over there. Once we do that, we'll be completed with that. Okay. All right. Take care, guys. Sorry, little tough question and a little bit of a confusion with the second question, but you guys said that it was there, so no problem. We will do that. We'll continue with question number 4 next week. Okay, so we have another 4 weeks. We'll see how we can do from there. Okay, so take care. Bye bye. God bless. Bye. Good night, guys.